Like the language.
Welcome to Out There. I'm Papa Joey Stay.
And I'm Uncle Tim Rice.
In this series, we explore the unexplained
and the paranormal.
While I'm somewhat of a skeptic,
I'm a full-on believer.
Together, we take a deep dive into all things that could be considered out there.
We discuss everything paranormal, from ghosts and UFOs to cryptids and more.
Join us as we unravel the mysteries behind the stories
and decide for ourselves
if there is something more out there. Out there.
Out there.
Hello,
everyone.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to the shoe.
Hey, is it still 30 Celsius over there in Scotland? Is it 30?
It's 10 Celsius. What's that?
10 Celsius.
It's pretty damn cold still.
Yeah.
No. The other night it was only -4.
Yeah, I think we're hitting 95 today.
Tip of the week:
Fahrenheit,
don't leave an open can of Coca-Cola in your car in the frost.
Oh, it makes a slushy, doesn't it?
It does make a slushy, but if it's really cold, you go like that, and then you're like
and you get brain freeze.
Hey, Christine, welcome.
Yeah.
Hi, Christine.
I got to meet Christine last week.
I know. I heard that. I saw the pictures, and you guys went out and shot some guns and had a whole bunch of fun.
Yeah,
that looked great.
We did. We got to go ghost hunting and
awesome.
At the jail. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad that
video you posted was brilliant. It was a wee bit after my bedtime, so I rewatched it back, and it was fantastic at the jail, guys. Well done. Good work there. Yeah. Really good work there.
Well, the crazy stuff, of course, happened after we stopped filming. You know.
See, that always happens.
The crazier stuff.
So, I mean, were those technical difficulties the normal ones we always have, or is that something new? You guys were having you were having electrical problems or equipment problems. Was that paranormal or?
Oh no, that was that was flying by the seat of our pants.
Oh, okay, all right.
We were connecting phones and stuff so that we could go.
That happens to us all the time. So I didn't know that.
No, actually, we were lucky with the power there this time. I brought my own internet. You know, my T-Mobile 5G internet, set that up in there, and so we could all.
Difference, doesn't it?
Hey, Keith on.
Hey, Keith.
Drunk with Facts. It was our partner. We partnered up with Drunk with Facts and Truth About Beer to do that. It was so much fun.
And Suds.
Well, the paranormal group is Suds, yes, sirree. Yeah. So it's all there.
Drunken with Facts. That must be quite an interesting show. That I'm going to subscribe to him. What is it? Drunken with Facts. That looks quite interesting. I need to click on him.
Yeah, check them out. They're every Thursday night, or would that be your Friday morning? Maybe.
Don't know. I'll need to go to his channel. Let me go. Can you post this?
Yeah, so run it all together. So it's Drunk with Facts is one word. On YouTube, and you'll find it.
I'll find it. No problem. You know, but thank you for having me back today, because obviously we're talking about the triangle again. We're talking about the Alaskan Triangle, and that's an interesting. It's an interesting subject to talk about. You know, I mean, I done a lot of research on this place, and as I was telling you at the start of the show, you don't find much information in the aircraft. There's loads out there. But there's hardly any pictures, hardly any, and it's I'm more interested in the people that's disappeared, what's happened to them.
Right. It's not as popular as the Bermuda Triangle, but I think it's. I really
let me bring up that graphic and we can update it. Because
the Alaska Triangle, an enigmatic.
I was going to show that later.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, I'm getting in the wrong spot here. Here we go. Now we can update that. So you said this was from 2015 or something, Tim?
No, they originally said it was from 16,000 people have been missing since 1988, but actually, I watched
88.
I watched the thing today, and it says that number actually goes back to 1972.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I don't know. It depends on what you watch, but I think it's been longer.
It's 20,000. I'll find you the exact number now. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, that's nuts.
You can pull up a picture of all the people missing, gone missing in Alaska, and it's just, you can scroll. It's just pages and pages and pages. It's mostly hikers and campers and hikers.
It says here on the, I think it's Independent, over 20,000 people have disappeared in the Alaskan Triangle since 1970. The Alaskan Triangle is a remote area connected to Canada and such. But 20,000 people, I mean, I know it's really big, right? But that's mostly aircraft and ships. When you really think about it, all those
trappers, hikers, campers, and airplanes, yeah.
I was watching a story, I don't know if I could be totally here, but it was on one Discovery Channels. I was watching it through the week, and it was about the hiker that went into the woods in Alaska, and he says that a Bigfoot creature tried to take him, and it was in Alaska. And I definitely agree with him. I definitely think there's like some type of portal there that's sucking people in, you know. Big,
yeah.
Good to see you.
They've got all sorts of theories. They say it's like these ice glaciers move and holes open up and swallow people, and they think people go down and look in old abandoned mines, and they've searched all those mines and they can't find them. But so the oldest known theory on this dates back to the Alaskan natives talk about the Kushtaka. And if you don't mind, I'll read about them real quick.
Yeah, please do.
These are shapeshifters, skinwalkers of Alaska is what it's spelled Kooshdakhaa, Kudista. So the legend goes, you're walking through a village or hunting in the woods and fishing, and a man or a group of men approach you. They look like kinsmen, and you don't have a clue that they are really Kushtaka. Now, Kushtaka are half men, half otters. If you can picture that, they look like an otter, like all. Yeah. So what would happen? They're malevolent creatures, and they appear when you're lost or injured and claim that they intend to rescue you or help you. However, they lead you deeper into the wilderness and either tear you to pieces or turn you into a Kushtaka. Yeah. Your soul from being able to reincarnate back on the planet. So once they destroy you, you can no longer come back and reincarnate on this planet, which is, wow, that's very interesting. You definitely don't want to come across the Kushtaka at night. We can see where trust issues might develop from this legend. Groups of Kushtaka are especially dangerous. They might lure you and ward them by screaming, making noises. It sounds like women or children in distress. That's how they get your attention, and people go helping them. That once you come across them, you never escape. So this is why they've called for the buddy system in Alaska. They never want anyone to go out alone. They always use a buddy system. And so here's what I found fascinating after this. They're supposedly terrified of dogs. Luckily, Alaska has plenty of furry sled dogs to keep the villages safe from harm. It's said that a fire might be another effective way to keep the shapeshifters away. But Alaskan mothers used to find that they would let their dogs play with their children out there and told them not to play without their dogs because that would save them. So there's another story that says they used to have people that would take supplies from village to village, and these people would end up missing and just tortured and brutally mutilated. So they found that the dogs scare them away. So they started putting together dog sled teams to take, commerce from village to village. And this way it prevented them from being injured. the game became they started racing each other to see who could get to the other village first, and that's how we come up with the Iditarod.
Okay,
Is that crazy?
that's nuts.
It's mad.
I think we got a picture coming up of one of those ottermen coming up.
But they hate the sled dogs. They hate the dogs, so they keep those dogs to protect them, and they run supplies back and forth, all these dogs, and so it became a sport.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrifying. I was laying in my bed last night trying to figure out, I was like, how can all these people just disappear? I mean, and then there's these creatures. This is where Mike would have come in handy, or Pete even would have come in handy for a subject like this.
Sure.
And Tim, that's amazing what you found out, because that's just the Ottoman. That's,
I mean, what?
Well, I meant just to get to that slide. So let me read this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is just a little bit about Alaska. So spread over 200,000 square miles of rugged wilderness, the Alaskan Triangle is home to breathtaking landscapes from towering mountains and deep fjords. I love that word. To dense forest and expansive tundras. The remote locale is not just a geographical curiosity, it also is steeped in indigenous culture and folklore. The native peoples of Alaska, such as the Inuit and the Athabaskan, however you say that, have long shared stories of spirits, mythical creatures, and supernatural occurrences. These tales add layers of I didn't read that right. These tales add layers to the mystique of the region. There we go. Blending environmental wonder and culture. I want to get to that picture.
Yeah, let's do that. I
So
guess I
see what those little dudes are. So this talks about the disappearances. One of the most striking aspects of the Alaskan Triangle is the high incidence of unexplained disappearances. Over the decades, hundreds of planes and their passengers have vanished without a trace. The infamous case of Flight 370. Is that the one you're trying to find? It's Flight 370, Tim?
is that
a small aircraft?
No.
I mean, it disappeared in 1972.
Yeah, that was Bob Hill. He was the Speaker of the House in 1972. There are 2 senators on board.
Okay. While flying over the Triangle, highlights the area reputation. Oh, wait. There is a plane graphic in this one. There you go.
No, that's not it. But
that's not it. That was just a plane graphic I found.
Yeah. It was a Cessna or something like that. It was a small airplane, but
that wreckage was never found.
Nope.
And of course, there's speculations about what might have happened.
Straight from Alaska to Juneau, the path had been flown, daily, every day, but many times, and they didn't show up. So it was actually one of the largest searches in Alaskan history. They searched for 39 days and covered 660,000 square miles, and to this day, no trace.
See, that's interesting. I came across that story too when I was researching on this. And
can you imagine the Speaker of the House just disappearing?
I know that. I find that very unusual. I mean, can you imagine that today? What would happen today if that had to happen?
Yeah, I mean,
they'd keep looking.
That's unheard of. And they sent out a SR-71, and they sent out top military aircraft with scanning radar, with all sorts of equipment to try and find this wreckage, and they never found it.
See, I also heard this is last night. I was watching actually talking about the Speaker of the House. They were going on about, they're saying a glacier could have went over the top of the wreckage of the plane, but glaciers move extremely slow, right? The snow needs to build up for a wee while, and was it 39 days they searched?
39 days, yes.
God. But 39 days, an iceberg or a glacier wouldn't have moved over the top of an aircraft.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, to this day, there are people that are still searching for them.
Yeah.
It's their life's mission.
Yeah. I've seen that. I watched a YouTube video documentary about it where they were searching for them.
But you didn't hear about that as kids. We didn't hear about that growing up.
No.
That's not the kind of thing you want to report because it's controversial. So here's my theory. All right, just real quick. I think on the ground, it could be paranormal, skinwalker beings, dimensions, portals. In the air, it's another issue. But of course, otters can't fly, so you've got to have two different theories about what's going on up there and what's going on the ground. But I think it all comes down to interdimensional portals, and paranormal.
Because that's just one of many. So,
and there's many stories, man. Read all the stories; they're incredible. They found this guy's snowmobile. And they found his boots, but there were no tracks leading away from it. And then he was just gone.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of that. So similarly, hikers and explorers have gone missing in seemingly safe areas, prompting theories that range from the plausible, such as hidden weather changes and difficult terrain, to the bizarre, including alien abduction, and time slip.
Yeah.
The dense fog and unpredictable weather of the region add to the challenges of navigation, making it a treacherous place to adventure and travel.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it here, right? Aircraft started to become more advanced after the war, right? 1950s, the production of the jet engine. Obviously, it was the Germans that invented the jet engine, if you wagged in that road, and then the British, and then the Americans. And we started to fly more. We started to use more sophisticated aircraft were coming out. So we started to go further and further. So people could say, to go back to the 1940s, aircraft, their days weren't the best, right? But the planes get bigger and bigger and bigger, and things do go wrong. Let's face it, things do go wrong with aircraft. They break down, right? But come on.
The bigger they are, the easier they're harder to find.
Yeah, exactly. That's thing. Look at the pictures that I've got on of that crash.
Yeah.
This is a normal airplane going down that crashed, and we find their remains. So check this out. This is totally normal. This is what you would expect to find. Are you putting that up there?
Are you bringing it up for us, Joe? While I read this.
Are they in order? Then
they should be in order. It's not the black and white one. All the ones that's in the snow. This is the bomber. Because there's only one black and white one that disappeared.
First one, let's see. Are they?
Should be fine. They should be. I just go through them all. It should fine. So this was in November the 15th, 1957.
Oh, that's people.
No, that's not. That's right. That one there. That one.
That's one you want.
All the ones that look exactly like that is that one. So that plate, no, that's not. That one disappeared too, right? So that there, wreckage on the
ground. That's an airport.
On top of
that's what wreckage looks like when a plane goes down.
Yeah, when it crashes, good to remember these planes, and I'm going to be American here, is made of aluminum, no aluminium, as British people would say, but it's made of aluminum. They crumple, right? So that's 1957, right? And it was at 1,822 feet above sea level. Now, let's see what it says. The aircraft, a trainer conversion B-29 engine bomber, and the crew were with the 5040 radar elevation. The squadron based, right, was at Eldorf Air Force Base near I can't pronounce this name. I'm going to butcher it. I'm sorry. I'm Scottish. It's
all right. It's all right.
Don't ever. So it's that there. But anyway, it crashed. Let's see what it said. The aircraft crashed into an undamaged glacier, right, at altitude of 5,600 feet and some 39 miles southwest of Ika, dear Jesus, just northwest of Hitcher Pass, Sachs, right. So I'm going to say there was, let's see, total fatalities. The crew was 10 and 6 of them died. So obviously 4 survived from that aircraft, right? Now, that's what a plane looks like.
That's what a plane crash looks like.
Glacier. Right. Now, the other aircraft, if you bring that black and white one up, that one, let's see if I can find it here. I've got it somewhere here. That one is a mystery.
It's a C-32, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a 1950 Douglas C-54D.
Okay.
Right, so it's really interesting here because it says on the 26th of January 1950, the Douglas C-54 Skymaster disappeared en route from Alaska to Montana with 44 people aboard. The aircraft made its last radio contact 2 hours into an 8-hour flight. Despite one of the largest rescue efforts ever carried out by the joint forces between the Canadian, US Air Force, no trace of the aircraft has ever been found. Now, there was 44 people on board that, and to this day, it's still not found. And there is actually people, like the other person, like the senator, people searching for that plane, and it's still never been found. Now, if you go back to the one on the glacier, that's been there since 1957, and it's still relatively.
It's still there.
It's still there. You can see that if you were flying over. But that's the mad thing about it. Look, I know Alaska's big, right? But come on, I could see. That's the thing too. There's a lot of lakes in Alaska.
Sure.
It makes you wonder if they've tried to maybe do an emergency landing. What time of year was it when the senator disappeared?
You know, they could have water ditched, or they could have landed on ice when it was frozen and then it thawed and it fell to the bottom.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. What was if, right? I don't know what time of year it was when the guy disappeared, or the plane disappeared. But what was if the pilot thought, right, we'll land in this big lake, we should be okay.
Landing on a frozen lake would make sense, you know, versus going into a glacier or trees. I mean, that would make sense. And then come thaw, it sinks to the bottom. So they should do some LRAD and some underground research on those lakes.
Or they've landed on the frozen lake, but it's not been thick enough, right? The planes went and sunk straight away in really cold conditions, hypothermia, and they've died and drowned. And then you notice like something sinks through the ice just closes up again. So when the planes have flew over, the helicopters have flew over, when the other vehicles have flew over, there's nothing there. Nothing.
And if it snows on it, if they're in a frozen lake and a huge snowstorm comes and they're flying at 4,000 or 5,000 feet, they don't see that. But so it's interesting.
Even if it flew into the side of a mountain, the plane would explode. And I mean explode. Either wouldn't be much left of the plane, but it would leave a mark. And it would leave
so you said the glacier was undamaged. Is that how you worded it?
Yeah.
An undamaged glacier?
Well, I don't know if you
I mean, there's no marks.
There's no marks on a glacier, no. I think Tim's right. I think there is some type of paranormal activity. I think there's some type of vortex in the air and on the ground. Because if you look at the cases like Bigfoot, Squatch, or whatever people want to call them, they say that they use interdimension. That's how they get about. That's why they're really difficult to catch, right? What happens if they were opening a portal to go through, and when they did that, the plane flew straight in?
Yeah. Such as the Bermuda Triangle, where he went through a portal. He just happened to come out of it.
Yeah.
And went a lot further than any fuel would have taken him.
Oh, God. Hi. He's probably sitting in there looking for a gas station. He's probably stuck in this weird reality where time passes extremely slow for him. Where it's like time's passing really, and there's people talking about him as we speak, you know? It's scary because it makes you wonder what could happen if you were flying over there. Tim, when you get your pilot's license, we should go for a flight. We'll take a group of people there.
No. I've got 9 lives. I'm not stepping over a doggy gate. I'm not doing anything else.
We can pick one of our lucky contestants in the chat there to go for us. We'll stay back at the airport.
Yeah.
Let's talk paranormal.
Yeah.
So in addition to disappearances, the Alaskan Triangle is also a hot spot for reports of paranormal phenomena. Many have claimed to witness strange lights in the sky, often described as orbs or beams that seem to move with intelligence. Say these sightings raise questions about extraterrestrial activity, and some enthusiasts propose The triangle serves as a portal or base for unworldly beings. And I think the next one.
Where is it?
So is that our otter man there?
Well, it could be Alaska's Bigfoot too. I mean, or Skinwalker. Skinwalker. I mean, it's other dimensional.
That's weird, that, because I actually
there's so many dimensions
last night. That's crazy.
Yeah. So furthermore, there are stories of Sasquatch sightings, ghostly apparitions, and other cryptids. The vast uncharted wilderness provides the perfect backdrop for such legends, with countless tales of encounters with beings that defy explanation.
So what does that look like to you? It looks like a giant otter.
With big teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to meet him in the dark.
I mean, it doesn't look like a Bigfoot.
No,
it looks like a bear. Scary girl's fun.
Yeah, it's like a big kind of otter creature, you know.
But this is a legend that's gone back for thousands and thousands of years with the natives.
Bigfoot is everywhere for the people.
Oh, sure. Then what was a Bigfoot name in Alaska? It's called the Nuckanon.
I've got it. It's here. It's, let me see.
It's all white. It's like a Yeti, but that's a Himalaya.
The Alaskan hairy man. Right. It's the story of the strange reported that. But the Alaskan version is apparently more extreme, standing over 10 feet tall, with a shaggy coarse hair, elongated arms, and foul-smelling air. It's weird how that Bigfoot smells weird. Maybe
the skunk ape. Yeah,
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, it's quite interesting. From a species of creature known as the notorious, according to legend, the Inuits and once had harmonious relationship with them. So the Inuits had a relationship with them at one point. Aye, that's him there. That's the big hairy man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I'm just reading this up. Aye, but then it's about hunters going missing and never being found, but their bodies eventually turning up, mangled and ripped to pieces. And that's the people that would obviously get on with the kind of creatures that lived. But they're also meant to be skinwalkers, because skinwalkers are meant to live.
Yes.
And the thing. But what I did find is, and I couldn't find any pictures on it, but I found it so interesting. See, when you brought up the UFO, Tim, you're going to like this. The Alaskan UFO base, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
At Mount
You're not supposed to know about that.
Mount Hayes is the highest mountain in eastern Alaska range. It's
and it
speculated to, house numerous extraterrestrial UFO sightings begun during the 1940s, and were soon numerous enough to gather the attention of the FBI, who started an investigation in the area. Experienced military personnel continued to report strange phenomenon throughout the following years into the late 90s. Pat Price, a former CIA remote viewer, claimed the mountain housed of the aliens' largest bases in the United States.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Hidden in plain sight in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
exactly. Best place to hide it. Why always? That's what the enemy said. You should always hide it in plain sight. They'll notice.
And you know, I wouldn't say it's so much different from Antarctica. I think Alaska could be the world's, or America's. Alaska is.
Thank you, Susan.
America's Antarctica.
Yeah, it's mostly unexplored. So,
and we bought it for $7 million back in 1912.
What a deal!
Phew.
It's a deal. Did Russia not want it back there? Because it's got large as an oil
bought it for
deposits
30 cents.
Alaska.
30 cents an acre.
Damn, that was a good buy.
Wow. Could you imagine what life would be like if Russia had bought it? It was part of Russia.
Oh man, life would be different. That's a whole different. That's all different shows, Joey.
It's. I mean, there's definitely something going on in Alaska. I think there's so much paranormal activity with the skinwalkers and the strange creatures. Do you think that the aliens are maybe interested in that area? Because I've heard stories that aliens and extraterrestrials, or whatever you want to call them, find like paranormal activity very interesting, the same as we do. They're nosy like we are. They find it interesting. Some of them might use technology that makes them look paranormal because they can slip into different dimensions, right? But maybe some of them will be like, oh, I wonder what's going on there. That's interesting. I would know that Bigfoot exists because they will know that. And we stay away from them or we work with them. Because there is meant to be different types of Bigfoot. There's meant to be ones that are technologically advanced, that have their own ships. But then there's ones that are meant to like live in a different dimension on the Earth. And then obviously you've got the secret government programs with their UFOs. And how do we not know that the government have said, I tell you what, anybody that strays into Alaska, you can have them. Give us technology.
Yeah, there's a straight flight path from Alaska Triangle to the dark side of the moon.
No. If I ever go there, I'll be
and Antarctica and the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
There's loads of triangles around the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are other places.
I'm glad I'm alive to be able to witness and learn all this.
So we're going to keep our series alive. We'll have to look into the Michigan Triangle.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about this triangle too.
Going on. And one I'd like to talk about coming up soon would be about the Superstition Mountains.
Oh, yeah. We got to do that one. Absolutely.
Lots of disappearances there.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting because I actually looked this up and it's on what channel is this? This is the Sky History channel, right? Same American, but it's actually here. It says the Alaskan Vortex, which I find interesting. Alaska is covered with a large concentration of magnetic anomalies. I didn't get this. Yeah, which has given rise to theory that an Alaska Triangle could be, in fact, contain space of vortex. This vortex is said to have the ability to transport things into another dimension, just like how Tim says. Why so many people, objects go missing in the triangle every year. I think it's fascinating. When are we going to trip? We need to go.
I've been to a lot.
It does kind of talk about that in this scientific perspective of it. It says, while many theories surrounding the Alaska Triangle lean towards the supernatural, scientific explanations are also explored. Some researchers suggest that geographical factors such as magnetic anomalies could interfere with navigational equipment, leading to accidents and confusion. The area's unique topography may also contribute to unpredictable weather patterns that can trap unsuspecting travelers. Oh, yes. They are aware of the magnetic craziness. Oh, here's our scientist doing his thing in there. Crazy electrical storms.
Yeah.
I've been there.
I don't know what that would be like in an aircraft in an electrical storm. I mean, an old 1950s aircraft. Can you imagine what that's like? I mean, obviously, in a modern aircraft, you're a wee bit more comforts and stuff like that, but that must have been hair-raising.
Yeah, so I had AI did this picture for me. And that bird flying right above the mountains does look like a pterodactyl to you.
Yeah, it does.
It does look like a pterodactyl. It's a very, very big bird. I was just about to say,
or it's a large bird with some sort of animal in its claws, but
I actually found this, and I found this, and I think that's that black figure with the big teeth that you actually showed, and it's called the Kilolut. The Kilolut, it's called. According to the Inuit legend of the Kilolut, is an evil spirit on Earth described as the black hairless dog that preys on those travelling at night with only hair on its feet. Well, that must be uncomfortable. The Kilot's tracks are said, warm socks, I suppose. disappeared. Right, and it says here, it said the tracks disappeared into the snow, meaning those unlucky souls who have happened to be stalked by it have no warning of its presence. It just comes up behind them and goes, grabs them and takes them to the strange place. You know, that does look like a pterodactyl, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's big. Oh God, it's big.
Yeah.
We don't know what's up in Alaska. I mean, Alaska is huge. It's ridiculously big. It's like people say, right, see the maps that you have right now of the Earth are totally wrong. You do know that, don't you?
Oh yeah. That it's not the topos aren't completely accurate.
No,
because only 88% of it's been explored, or 16% of it.
Well, even on Google Maps, I think there's a section that they have blocked out.
So this picture right here looks familiar because I used to go up to Alaska twice a year I'd go up for June 7th for the trout season, and then October for the king salmon. And I'd go up to the Kenai River, and we'd go up to all the lakes, and we'd pack our float tubes and our backpacks and our 44s, and we'd go out, we'd hike up into the mountains and go, fishing for trout and everything. And I've actually been on lakes where I've seen lightning storms come down. It was sort of like that picture, but the mountains were more snow covered. But the lightning in the mountains are amazing. It's not like the ones in the superstitions. I mean, that's a whole show on its own. It's beautiful if you've never seen it. But this is a whole completely different a view of lightning. It's more. It's not as sharp and crisp and cut. It's more fuzzy and sporadic, and it's
like diffused, kind of.
Yeah, sort of like the Tesla coil.
Yeah, right.
But it's an amazing sight.
I never saw sheet lightning until I moved to Arizona. You ever seen sheet lightning?
I have. I've seen
sheet lightning? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't until I moved to Arizona before I started seeing that stuff.
It lights up the sky and just moves across. Yeah, it's crazy.
You came we get a lot in Scotland. It's thunder and lightning with snow.
Yeah, snow lightning. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's actually quite interesting. See if it's at night time and it's snowing heavy, and it's that it like reflects off all the snow, and it just lights up the sky as if there's a flashy light. It's weird.
And it's more conductive because there's so much moisture in the air.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
it's really weird looking.
Wow, I would like to see that.
There you go. You'll need to come to Scotland in the wintertime, which will not be long.
I don't know about wintertime.
I'm not scared.
Like the cold weather. Do you know? Like, see, I've always had this terrible feeling I want to stay in Alaska. Again, that sounds weird.
Beautiful.
But I've always had this weird connection to Alaska. It's so strange.
I've wanted to.
Yeah. I was watching a series not that long ago about this guy. It was in the 1960s. He went to stay in Alaska. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. And he did all the cine camera footage and building this log cabin. And he stood there, I think, for about 35 years.
Yes, his name was Thomas.
Sayhold. That's
Thomas Sayhold.
And
he hiked from village to village to village to village, and he got up there in September, and he was supposed to come home in November, and he never got his flight home. His last diary entry was a little cabin where he was supposed to hook up with this lady and her child, and he never made it to that spot. But I mean, he was an experienced outdoor avid survivalist. There's just no reason for he's hiked all over the world, and there's no reason for him to disappear. But they never found a trace of him either. But his name was Thomas, and his writings and his diaries and were just amazing. But he should have been easy to find because he documented and let everybody know where he was going and where he was going to be. And nope, still nothing to this day. There are people still looking for Thomas. Was that 72?
Oh, we'll come back to that.
Or 80, 88?
I can't remember.
88.
I don't know. No? Can't remember. I was just watching it on YouTube because I clicked. Just like when you watch something about something that's connected, it just popped up and it was on for like an hour. And I'm sitting here watching it. He's built a wee log cabin in his book and he'd written on his book, and I found it fascinating
Yeah.
And then
His name's
I never.
Thomas Sayhold or Saybold or something like that.
Right.
He's just an incredible story.
Yeah. I honestly, look, there's so many strange. There's meant to be a small triangle in Scotland, up the north of Scotland. It's in the sea.
I bet there's a triangle everywhere.
I think there's a triangle everywhere now.
I bet Texas has a triangle.
I bet it does.
There's one.
I bet Sedona has a triangle.
Yeah, there's probably one in New York City where the taxi drivers go and never come
We
back.
know that.
Where are we going? We're going to the Bronx.
Oh, you can bet on that. I think there's one in Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands. I think there's one. I think there's one everywhere, really.
Yeah. It's I don't know. There's just so many strange things. I think you need to do a special episode when you go and investigate these locations. I need to win the lottery and I'll pay for it off. And I'll stay back at the airbase. I'll just make sure things are secure and safe and stuff like that, you know.
Well, and that brings me to another story. There was a group of kids. They went up and there was a gold mine, and so this kid, he wasn't old enough and he was scared, so he goes, "I'm just going to stay. You guys go look for it." And I think there were 6 of them, and they went into the gold mine and they never came out. And he went and got help, and they sent searchers in, and they completely vanished without a trace. They had the footmarks going in, but no footmarks coming out, and they never found anything inside the mine.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of that Travis Walton shit, you know.
Oh yeah, Travis Walton. I mean, that's somebody I would actually like to meet. I would like to meet him.
He's a great guy. I met him.
Yeah, that story is definitely real. Everybody says, "Oh, it's
yeah." I enjoyed his story.
I think it's real.
He actually enjoyed my story more than we didn't talk about his. We talked about mine, and I found that interesting. So he's a good guy.
I mean, you ever seen the film that's meant to be about?
Oh yeah, Fire in the Sky. Yeah, many times.
Fire in the Sky. It's actually quite a creepy movie.
Great movie.
Yeah,
I've been on the same road where that happened, up in Heber, Overgard.
It's terrifying what's happened to people. We don't know what's happened to all these people that have disappeared. We don't know. We honestly don't know. I watch a lot of is that David Paulides, you know who I'm talking about? Is it Missing 411? You know who I'm talking about? He's wrote the book Missing 411. He's been on Coast to Coast quite a lot. He talks about how people disappear in national parks. I think fascinating. And this is no Alaska, but I think this was what's that park in America? Is the David? It's not. I don't know if it's Yellowstone. It's a Yosemite National Park in the United States, and how the story about. And I was when he talks about this in Coast to Coast, look it up, guys. It's about the little boy that disappeared but was found. You ever heard that story? Okay, the quick one is the wee boy disappears. They don't know where he is. Right, the search and the search and the search. They don't know where he is. This boy was 5 years old when he disappeared. Wow. And I think that 5 miles downriver, they were searching, and here they came across him, and he was fine. He was all covered in mud. This is like 3 days later, 4 days later.
Yeah,
you know, bruises and mud all over him and stuff like that. And the rescue worker, the park ranger, is carrying him out the woods, and the park ranger told that David Paulides what actually happened. He says he felt like he was being watched. Right.
He was taken.
And the wee boy, they spoke to the wee boy after. He said, "What happened?" He says, "Oh, the big hairy man. There was hairy men took me, and the hairy men were about to do something to me until the other hairy man came along, a bigger hairy man, and the bigger hairy man picked me up and carried me and told me to walk towards you." And I think there's 2 different types of Bigfoot. I think ones are very primitive, right? Other ones intelligent, and I think it's maybe been wandering through the woods one day and it's thought, "Oh, shit."
One's good, one's evil.
That pair of boys one's about to be eaten, so he's went and picked him up and says, "You're not having him."
Well,
saved him.
I wouldn't say one was necessarily evil. It could have
benevolent.
A young one, you know,
not the young one.
Stupid shit when we're kids, and it could have been a kid one. You know, you do stupid things as teenagers, and it was probably just an adolescent that was wanting to play, you know, do something stupid, and then the parent came by and said, "No, we don't do that." You know?
The frighteningest one that I heard, the frightening one that he talks about, and it does this in Coast to Coast, so you should listen to this, is the one where this guy, he was a hiker, he was an experienced hiker, he was an experienced climber, right? And he just disappeared with a group of people, gone. They searched and they searched and they searched and they searched for something like 2 weeks, right? They could not find it. They could not find it. They scoured the woods. A couple of weeks later, a couple hiking through the woods, came across some bones in the woods. So they called the forestry people. The forestry, the park rangers came out, and the clothes had been folded perfectly, right, and placed on top of each other, and his bones and his skull were perfectly smooth, placed on top of the clothes, just sitting there. And they'd searched that the week before.
Wow.
It takes a while for a body to decompose, especially when it's autumn time and stuff like that. Aye, there's animals, but animals don't fold your clothes and then sit all your polished bones on top of them. I mean, it'd be dragged about the woods. You see where I'm going with this? What's that? No, put back. We have been told.
And that was the adult on the kid.
Aye.
Right.
Honestly, it makes you wonder. I think it's fascinating.
So I'll tell one more little quick thing, and then I'll let Joey finish this. The guy that went skiing in New York, he disappeared. They looked for him for 3 weeks. He woke up in a forest in San Francisco, up the mountains in San Francisco, went to the local authorities, and they don't have no idea how you got from there to there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Look at that guy.
A piggyback ride.
Look at that guy in the US that was found wandering about. And he didn't know how to go across the country. Remember that?
Nope. Doesn't remember a thing.
Yeah, doesn't remember how to go there.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Taken.
Wow.
Poof. That's that.
It's my bird. My bird woke up. Sorry.
I was wondering, do you keep budgies or something like?
So many mysteries.
It's warning you, Bigfoot's coming for you tonight, Tim.
Yeah.
Your bird's warning you.
Aye, don't you worry. If you disappear, we can have your bird on for another view.
He hasn't said a word all day.
The big conclusion. Wait, there's something to put up first. Whoops. I didn't pause that. That was the cute last picture.
Oh, look at that. So that's like come to Alaska holiday. That's like
start it over again.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
Run to the end. All right, stop. So I kind of figured something out, Keith, if you're still watching. A way I could do this without I turned it into a movie. And so, but I have to keep stopping and starting. So Keith was trying to help me do this slide presentation on how to do it so I could control it just by hitting the space bar. But everything I tried, I couldn't get it to work. Yeah. Tim witnessed it while I was going through that frustration.
Firsthand.
So how to make it into a movie, but I have to keep hitting the pause button. So here we go. So the conclusion: the Alaskan Triangle remains one of the most compelling mysteries of our time, inviting adventurers, researchers, and the curious to explore its depths. Whether it is the allure of the unknown, the thrill of potential discovery, or the rich tapestry of myths and legends, this region continues to capture the imagination. As long as stories of disappearances and mysterious phenomena persist, the Alaska Triangle will remain a captivating enigma, a place where the boundaries between reality and myth blur, and the wilderness holds secrets yet to be uncovered. And I'll say, "Oh, isn't that a cute picture?"
It makes me want to go and buy a ticket to Alaska right now. That's the.
Oh yeah, I'll go.
You a job in the. Let's go. Let's all go. I ain't got the fun.
If I'd known then what I know now, I've been to Alaska 12 times. I wish to God I'd known now what I.
Damn it.
So
but at least I have ideas where I want to visit when I go.
Joe, do you not like the snow? Do you not like the cold weather?
I'm not a fan.
You know, I love it when it's maybe 6 feet of snow and minus 30. There's nothing like it.
It's temporary.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been in minus 30. Well, I have.
Been in minus 25.
Yeah,
I've been temporary. It's very temporary. I mean,
yeah. What did our ice storms in Texas get down to? It's
7,
almost
6,
0, but
almost 0. Yeah.
I mean, about,
it was cold. Minus 25. I know people that have experienced minus 68.
I was minus.
I know people
30,
working.
I was minus 38 in Keflavik, Iceland, with 70 knot winds.
Actual temperature is that wind chill.
No, that's temperature plus we had 70 knot winds.
Yeah,
so how cold that was.
We couldn't go outside. I mean, it was impossible. We weren't outfitted for it. We were in an airplane. We stopped for fuel. We barely made it. Long story.
Yeah. So there's one in a Bigfoot around Niagara Falls.
Heard that.
I've heard about
that. Just for shits and giggles, you guys go and pull up a Bigfoot map.
Oh, yeah, I took that graphic down.
It looks like if you pulled up current fires burning in the United. I think it's even more than that, which is amazing. And if you look up the world map for Bigfoots, it's even crazier. It's insane.
Let's see if I can find you one.
Wow. Insane.
Jim, what I was drinking today.
All right.
Can you see it, Tim?
I can't read it, but I can see it.
You can see it's Revolver.
Revolver, yeah. All right, man.
Cranberry, Texas.
Is that Taps? No, Tups.
No, it's Revolver is the brewery.
The brewery.
But they're in Cranberry.
Yeah.
Texas.
I'm just going to.
I've got some Tups brewery stuff here myself. I brought.
I'm just going to nip into. Don't add me below. Don't add me. I'm just going to upload a picture really quickly. Because it'll do that reverb thing. What it does. I'm just going to upload this picture of a Bigfoot map. Right.
Oh yeah, cool.
It's insane.
Banners.
Aww.
We see Chris in double. Stereo Chris.
Let's mute my mic in a sec.
So, I've got ideas. We're going to have to do shows on, or what did you say you wanted to do, Joey?
Superstitions.
And I think we ought to discover the depths of the oceans, mysteries of the depths of the oceans. I think that would be an interesting topic. There's a lot of information out there that has just come up in the last few years because we now have technology to get deeper and deeper and deeper. And this information, even though it's being learned right now, is not been told.
I'll bring it up again, Chris.
Bring that up, Chris.
I'll just bring it up for you. There you go.
That's amazing.
There's not that many in Alaska, I don't know. But mind you, there's not many people to see them. But look how many in Florida there is.
Less people to report it because they disappear.
There's no people to report it, though. I mean, it's a very sparse population, so.
And they disappear.
But look at California, New York, and Florida, and East Texas.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, I mean, the Appalachians and
oh, good God, that's where
Smoky Mountains and
Jesus.
Colorado. It's amazing, man. I had a big RV and I had a sticker on the back of it, and it was Bigfoot, and he was saying, "I don't believe in you either."
Oh yeah, here's something that's better late than never, right? 'Cause I didn't get our trailer posted this week, but I did one. Here we go. It's a little late, but this is what today's show's about.
The Alaska Triangle, an enigmatic region nestled between the cities of Anchorage, Juneau, and Barrow, is a vast expanse steeped in mystery and intrigue. This area, often compared to the Bermuda Triangle, has become notorious for a plethora of unexplained phenomena, including the disappearance of aircraft, strange sightings, and unaccountable events. Join us on Out There with Papa Joey and Uncle Tim for their next Lunchtime with guest host Christopher Moule, where they will delve into the mysteries surrounding this phenomena.
So, are you guys game to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
It's a time vortex. Ooh.
We just went through a portal.
Starting all over again.
I just
Where are
lose some
we?
time.
Where are we? That's that. We'll have to go back in time. I'm going to have to do the entire show again. But all the problem is my cherry Coca-Cola's kind of nearly empty. It's terrible. That time vortex is tripping.
So it's made with sugar that's better for you than what we have here, I'm sure.
Yeah, real sugar.
I've got some cherry Coca-Cola. See the cherry Dr. Pepper, it's ridiculously hard to get in the UK, but the cherry Coca-Cola is dirt cheap over here, 24, I think,
Is it?
£15. I mean, it's
Is it canned there or is it canned and then imported?
It's canned in the UK. It's the syrup
Yeah.
that's brought over from the United States.
Because they don't allow art sugars in your
I'll
your
take
country.
the 16 tablespoons of sugar over the fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we get all the crap.
Somebody was telling us the
Wow.
other day. Somebody was telling me the other day about bread in the United States. It seems to last a long time. Our bread will last for like 3 days, and then you'll have to throw it away because it goes molded because it's natural. Whereas your bread, you could buy it and put it in the cupboard and leave it there for like 3 weeks, and then bring it out and it'll still be fresh as the day. And use it as a sponge to soak things up. There's a lot of dodgy chemicals and things. Yeah.
Your McDonald's French fries has 3 ingredients. Ours has 16.
And speaking of McDonald's, there was the experiment they did. They left a McDonald's hamburger out for a year
on a time
and the
lapse.
flies wouldn't touch it.
It never changed.
It never
There's still a
changed.
picture. I think it's still on a cam. I think there's a live cam of it still.
A live cam of the burger.
Yes.
Scary
Actually,
stuff.
it's weird you say that because I actually watched a program about it was a conspiracy thing that were talking about the fries, the potatoes that they use. And the fries, what happens is they bring in the potatoes, right? You ever noticed about the thing about McDonald's is their fries are perfect. Absolutely
Yeah,
perfect. You
can't
know
have
why
any
that is?
eyes.
They put them in,
they spray them in a field.
warehouse. Yeah.
The warehouse, and they can't go near them for like 6 weeks because it's too toxic.
Oh yeah.
I know. It's pretty bad.
That's why. And they say it's fine for you. But
Yeah.
I've not had a McDonald's. I've had McDonald's once in my life.
Really?
Yeah. I've
You know
not had a
what?
McDonald's for 6 years.
I know it's so bad for you, and don't tell my mom this, but every once in a while I just love a Big Mac.
So to answer Lawrence's question, though, I lived in California for a year or so, but in a town called Manteca, and there was a sugar beet factory there that certain times of the year smelled really, really bad. So we used to call the place Manstinka instead of Manteca.
Cool.
If you ever travel down the 99, go through there, you'd catch a whiff. I don't know if it's like that today. That was back in the 70s, but yeah, they do have sugar beets here.
Yeah.
It's quite a fascinating thing. I mean, corn syrup's a big thing in the US. I mean, you import that to everywhere in the world. See,
we should really do a show on that, Chris. We should do a show on the difference between our foods.
Your foods,
between UK and here.
Yours comes with a warning on the side. I don't know if yours come with a warning, but yours comes with a warning on the side, and it tells you the safety features. So I don't know if
the warning label.
Oh,
so you've got the warning label at the side there, so it's telling you it's got to be below in the UK. It's got to tell you what's in the drink and how many. So at the top, it's got 8% is 152 calories, fat 0%, saturates 0%, sugar 42%.
That's okay.
Which is
That's
38
real
grams.
sugar, right?
What's the sugar though?
It's not high fructose corn syrup.
No.
It says, it says here, it says sparkling cherry flavored soft drink with plant extracts. Ingredients: carbonated water, sugar, white sugar,
not fructose
color
syrup.
E150D, acid, phosphoric acid, natural flavorings, caffeine, and that's it. No fructose or sugar in it. That's what it says.
That's perfect, man. I wish we had those here. You can get them in Mexico, but yeah, I love those. I'd still drink it if that were the case here.
I love that cherry stuff. I love it. I buy it in bulk, big cases.
The natural flavors. The natural flavors is what you have to worry about.
I've heard that. But that's the strange thing. It's like candy.
Yeah, because what is a natural flavor?
It's all
beaver butt. Beaver butt extract.
It's 100% natural, man.
Yeah, but they use it for
guys
raspberry.
Like Skittles. I'm going to.
Oh, you can't eat those here. Can't eat those here.
Actually, you can still eat Skittles in America. Can you not?
We've got food coloring that's banned here that you guys can use. You don't use the same stuff we use here, so.
No, but I know what you use to supplement your stuff, and I'm going to blow your mind. See the red Skittles that you guys use? Do you
red
know
number 4.
Do you know what it's made out of? And I'm going to blow your minds. What do you think it's made out of?
Let me hold on.
You're going to
formaldehyde?
No, it's actually a parasitic insect. And they dry the parasitic insect, and then they crush the parasitic insect up, and when they add it to the water and stuff, it goes bright red. And they use that in food colouring. Did you know that?
They use
one day it's going to be just like Alien. We're going to have something pop out of our chest, you know.
Kellogg's has an ingredient like the third one that says PFT, and if you go to Home Depot, you can buy it in a bottle. It's pure acid.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's like there is a thing. I go to an American store. There's a shop here called B&M's, and it's like an American store. And I'm addicted, and I had to actually. I've not had any now for about a couple of months now. You see that cereal you get? It's called Lucky Charms. You know the one I'm talking about.
They're magically delicious.
They're magically dangerous.
Magically dangerous. See the cereal itself, it's absolutely fine. But see when it comes to the wee marshmallows that freeze dried, they've actually got the same ingredients, right, as weed killer.
It's got formaldehyde in it too.
Yep. It's got. I can't remember. Yeah, it's got a type of weed killer that's actually in it that gives it the kind of tangy zest.
Okay, that's a whole new show.
I'm serious, guys. We need to do a show on that.
Yeah, you do. Awareness.
It's the same with beer state. It's like beer state. I mean, what is the point of buying beer if it's like, this is what I don't get. I was in the supermarket. I don't drink. Right? I drink soft drinks and stuff.
Well, I think beer is probably the most safe drink we have in the United States.
Yeah. Well, if you to go back to the 1700s, that's all they drunk was beer.
Well, the Egyptians lived on beer.
Well, water wasn't safe to drink.
On beer.
It lasted longer and it didn't spoil.
That's why
the Pirates drink rum.
Aye, water wasn't safe to drink, so they just drank beer. But here's the thing that it doesn't get me. You walk into the supermarket aisle, right, or the drinks aisle, and you get beer that's no beer, but they call it beer. And there's no alcohol in it. What's your opinion on that? I don't drink. I mean, I think it's stupid. Why would you want to drink
it's
beer,
stupid.
Right?
I used to drink
alcohol in it.
Yeah, there's no point. But they have found in old pots in the Egyptian, in these caves and tombs and burial grounds and all this stuff next to pyramids, they found the ingredients that the beer was, and they've gone in and got the DNA and got the makeup, and now they think they can make the beer that the Egyptians used to drink.
Ah, that would be cool.
How would you like
that
one
would
of
be
those
interesting
Egyptian beer? That'd be cool as hell.
My grandpa in the early 60s used to make his own beer.
He used to make his own
See, in the UK, you're allowed to make your own alcohol, as long as it's no like, I don't know.
Yeah, we can do that here now.
Joey
Thanks
and
to
you
Jim
can do
Carter
Joey and I make our own whiskey and beer.
and beer.
I
Yeah,
would love to see a show about
I've done
that.
a
I would love to
few-
see that. A tasted.
I've still got some of yours, Joey.
Oh, some of my whiskey?
Yeah, I think, did you do the chocolate?
Yeah, it was I did have in it was it did have some chocolate.
It was 3
It was
different.
kind of a coffee one, wasn't it? Kind of
Yeah, I've still got some in there. It's really good.
wow. I didn't get over there enough in the last year.
No, I'm just gonna have to drink it now.
Wow. We'll be
I
back
still-
in May. We'll be visiting in May for my granddaughter's graduation. So
All right, we'll finish it up then.
we'll do it.
I'll come.
Well, everybody,
I want to try your beer.
thanks for joining us today. And if you haven't subscribed to Out There with Papa Joy and Uncle Tim, please do that. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to Ghost Squad Scotland Network, you must do that as well. And
I've put
hit
the link.
alert button and all that good stuff.
I put the link for your channel in my chat. Please, everybody that's watching this through my YouTube channel right now, subscribe to it. It's up the top. It's been pinned in the chat. Click onto that and please go and get them subscribed. Let's get them out. Let's get them to 1,000 subscribers by Christmas.
We would love that.
Chris
Thank you,
does.
It'd be awesome.
Chris does live tarot readings almost every day. I think
I
almost
know.
every day. He does a lot.
I
So
better
anyway,
watch.
go check
People
that
will see
out.
the tarot cards. People will see the tarot cards and they'll be
100%
"Oh,
free.
I want a reading. I want a reading. They'll see
Go check
now.
it out.
Let's
It's
go.
amazing.
You know, when I was living in Texas and it was 2 hours later than it is now, I was catching your tarot card readings a lot
Aye,
more
I've seen that.
frequently, but now it's on like real early in the morning. I wake up and I get the alert that you're going live, and it's like I'm not awake yet.
I know.
So
Damn time zones.
I have to go
I
back
need to
and
put
watch.
my radio show. I need to put my radio show into like a space station or something like that, so it's going around America at the same pace, so and get me at the same time. You know.
Yeah,
Aye, something. I'll move to America. That's what I need. I need to move away from Europe. That's
There you
I've got
go.
a passport now, so that's me.
Let's go to Alaska.
all right.
Aye, right.
Well,
I've got my passport.
north
Let's
to
go.
Alaska.
Let's go.
Whatever. Yeah, thanks again,
Cool.
everybody.
Thank you, Chris.
You know,
Bye.
Good to see
love
you,
you.
Joe.
Thank you, Chris. We always love having you on.
Thank you, guys.
We'll do it again.
We will see you again shortly. Until then, that's Papa Joy, Chris, and
And that's Tim,
Yeah.
Uncle Tim.
Peace.
Uncle Tim. There we go. We get that pointed right. There we go.
There you go. I put my horn down. It'd be good if a cooler horn come up and then took his hat away.
thanks for watching.
Hey, if you really enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up because that really helps the channel. And then share it.
Oh, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe.
Hey, hit that alert bell so you'll know when we post a new episode.
Or if we go live, you don't want to miss that.
Hey, let us know in the comments section what topics you'd like us to cover in the future.
And always, if you have a story you'd like to share, please let us know. Until next time, that's Papa Joy.
And that's Uncle Tim.
Beyond the realm of the known lies the mysteries of out there, out there, out there, out there.